think it's complete.
All right, and the purple person in the gray suit, who is he?
He's the U.S. Executive of the United States.
All right, so you're the U.S. executive with which part of the United States? I mean, this is what's going to end up. All right, and what division? All right, do you have documentation for that? Oh, what is your name? Spell that, first name.
In the meantime, he is now back behind bars for violating bond.
Recklessly, recklessly. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
The state reduced it to an assault bodily injury, reckless. That's a problem. And I will. All right, so this is up for trial.
So, Judge, today, defense asked in regards to whether or not.
At first, everything feels like routine case management interpreters, schedules, employment, hardships, GPS conditions. The courtroom is moving at its normal rhythm. Yet beneath this administrative.com, you sense the fragility of the process, defendants balancing family and work, judges juggling logistics, everyone waiting for their turn in a system that rarely pauses. It's the calm before a storm, because what comes next will completely shatter that sense of order.
Applied for any documentation related to that. This is the first state is being made aware as far as I'm aware. I don't know of any documents, but I've asked them to be sent over.
Oh, it's easy to figure out if somebody's applied for U visa, so that'll be able to be. We'll take that up at 11:30.
Okay, so
right.
Come back at 11:30 for
Yes,
that.
and we'll see if we have an interpreter available for the trial if your case is going.
Okay, and
All right.
is that when I'm going to find out where I am in the lineup? All right, I'll see you at 11:30.
The person in the red jacket, can you come forward, please?
She said she doesn't understand English.
All right, if she's underage, she should be in school. And my understanding is, for those who have children, are there any districts that are not currently in school? Nobody has children?
We're all in school.
Judson is back. All right, so she needs to be removed from the courtroom. I don't have underage people in the courtroom.
I think it's complete.
All right, and the purple person in the gray suit, who is he?
He's the U.S. Executive of the United States.
All right, so you're the U.S. executive with which part of the United States? I mean, all right, so do you have documentation? All right, thank you so much.
This is the moment the courtroom mood shifts completely. In the legal world, speaking to jurors outside the courtroom, especially about a case, is one of the biggest red flags imaginable. Even the appearance of jury tampering can compromise the fairness of a trial. That's why the judge moves so quickly here. If jurors are influenced, intentionally or not, the entire case could collapse and force a mistrial. So the real question is, was this man just confused, or was he deliberately inserting himself into the justice system? Let me know what you think. Should the court treat this as a serious criminal act, or just bizarre behavior?
This is the turning point. A man in a gray suit, claiming to be a U.S. executive, is caught speaking with jurors in the hallway. To any trial lawyer, this is a nightmare. Jury tampering, credibility destroyed, and the entire panel potentially poisoned. The judge reacts firmly, removing him from the courthouse and barring his return. What began as routine suddenly morphs into a scene of legal theater, where the sanctity of the jury system is under direct assault. His clumsy evasions, even stumbling over his own name, underline the danger. Someone exploiting legal spaces without accountability.
Have a great day, members of the jury. Is that correct? That's either yes or no. No. You were outside speaking to the jurors. Yes or no? Nope. Were you outside speaking to the jurors? Yes or no?
It's getting me nervous. Yeah, it's getting me. It's a difference between getting arrested.
This is what's going to end up. All right. And what division? All right. Do you have documentation for that? Oh, what is your name? Spell that. First name and last name. Yes. Spell it. And where's your documentation that show you work for the federal government? All right. So you are not allowed to be in this courthouse anymore. You do not have any business here. If you are not a witness, you are not allowed in this courtroom. Do you understand? And you're not allowed in this courthouse. You know that you are not supposed to be speaking with the jurors in the hallway. You were. Those jurors were not asking you any questions. You took it upon yourself to tamper with the jury that is coming up here for jury selection. You are not allowed in this courthouse anymore. Do you understand? No. Do you understand? So do not come back into the courthouse. That means this courthouse. That means the courthouse next door that is the historical courthouse. Do you understand? All right. All right. If you can see that he's escorted off the premises. Oh, God bless you too. Personally, I don't feel comfortable with using this jury as the jury pool because I don't know what was said. My understanding is that he is involved in a case here, not as a witness, not as a party whatsoever, but just as maybe a friend of a friend of a friend of a cousin. All right. All right. And the other issue, you were not present, but you were number one for jury trial. However, the person who was here in the gray suit who said that he was with the US government, he was,
Mr. Mann.
yeah, he was speaking to the jurors in the hallway. So I don't feel comfortable with using the jury panel that we have.
And Judge, I'm not quite sure how to handle him. I did talk to Daniel about him, and I did make a call before the holidays to the jail. He has been filing all sorts of stuff in this case. I don't know what his relationship is with his family. I don't talk to them. I've never spoken to him. He has communicated with me threats that he's going to sue me in federal court and all kinds of stuff like that. But the thing that troubles me the most, and I called the jail to let them know, is that he evidently had an attorney visit on the video visit, not a recorded visit, an attorney visit with this guy,
Okay.
with my client. Now, I tried to find out if they had a record of that or how it happened. My client doesn't know.
Well, what I've done is I've asked that he not be allowed back in the courthouse. And the deputy took a photo of him. So somebody can let the sheriff know that he's not to have attorney visits if he's not his attorney.
Thinking that he's also right now a person who is on bond for an aggravated assault. So somebody might want to talk to pretrial services or his bond.
So somebody may want to talk to his pretrial services officer. And honestly, the name that he gave me, I don't even believe that's his real name because he seemed to be stumbling over what his name was. But the deputies did take a photo of him. So I'm sure that's going to be placed at the courthouses and they can place it at the jail as well.
I'm on the Bexar County website pretty easy with the name he's been filing things under.
Okay.
And he's filed stuff.
And what name did he give?
It's a.
Is it Henry?
Henry,
Okay.
whatever that name is, that's his name.
All right. So before you leave here today, we'll take up that matter with.
Fallout is swift. The imposter is identified as Henry Barrico, already on bond for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. He had not only tampered with a jury, but also managed to impersonate an attorney to gain access to inmates through video visits. The court responds decisively. His bond is revoked, reset at $500,000. A no-contact order is issued with Judge BOYD and jail defendants, and a psychiatric evaluation is ordered. What began as a simple scheduling day ends with a stark reminder the justice system may bend under pressure, but it cannot allow itself to be mocked from within.
You were outside speaking to the jurors, yes or no. You took it upon yourself to tamper with the jury.
Henry Berrocal didn't say much after being questioned by Judge Stephanie Boyd a little over a week ago. Berrocal was allegedly talking to potential jurors in a courthouse hallway about a kidnapping case that was expected to go to trial. He told the court he was a federal employee, but couldn't provide any proof. Judge Boyd had to reset the case and had Berrocal removed from the Justice Center. It was later revealed that Berrocal was out on bond for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Record for the state,
Michael Villarreal for the state.
for the defense.
Patrick Ballantyne for Leonidas Rodriguez.
And are you Leonidas Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is going to show you what is entitled punishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions.
And there it is the moment everything shifts. The father openly admits he used force. Now, in a courtroom, words like a little bit don't soften the blow. To the judge, force is force. What might have felt like just a heated family argument at home is now officially framed as violence under the law. From here on, this isn't just about a father and daughter clashing, it's about accountability.
Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Judge, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with assault bodily injury? That's a Class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury, reckless. There's a $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication, and there's restitution, if any, to Jolie, Joli Rodriguez. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There'll be 80 hours of community service restitution, no contact with Jolie Rodriguez, and hostility and aggression control course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, I did.
Then to the offense of assault bodily injury, recklessly, caused recklessly. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Proceeding with sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Nothing particular. We just ask that the court follow the plea bargain agreement, and we thank the state for its accommodation and considerations in these cases.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, what was your issue in this case?
Sorry, say that again, Honor.
Why did this happen?
It was a situation where I got my daughter a job as a leasing agent with one of my, ex coworkers, and she has an anger problem and has had a history of anger issues. That's why she was living with me versus her mom, and we were helping her. Got her off of. She was smoking pot. She was doing drugs, so we got her off of that. We were going to church. She was being great daughter. And at the job she had, she started with her attitude and mouth off to the regional supervisor and was let go. She was fired. But prior to that, 2 days prior to that, we had taken her out to dinner, tried to comfort her, tried to coach her, me and my wife. And she was just, already angered and was, you know, uncontrollable at that point. So that Thursday she got, fired. She had called one of my agents to go pick her up, and she picked her up. And when she got home, after my day of work, I go home. She started cussing at me, telling me I'm effing fired, effing this. I can't believe you put me with this person. And can you believe? I was like, first of all, please don't talk to me like that. I'm your father. Please respect me. She started going off. This is why I didn't want to effing come here. And like just going off the whole, you know, disrespectful end. So she had said something, and I went into her room and I was like, what did you say? And she's like, nothing, get effing out of my room, da da da, I'm leaving, this and that. And I went to go grab her, and that's when everything went everywhere. She started with her hands everywhere, calling me names, and we fell into the bed. She started, going like this with her
Okay,
legs.
Mr. Rodriguez, there's more to that than I understand what you're saying, why you did what you did. That doesn't make what you did right.
Yeah. Well, I think I used a little bit of force to escort her out of my apartment. And
No, Mr. Rodriguez, I'm telling you, I've read the police report. There's more that happened that you're not admitting to the court to. Now, I understand. I'm trying to figure out where your anger comes from so that I can figure out if this hostility and aggression control course is enough for you. I understand that sometimes with children, we expect certain things from them and they don't do it. Maybe they disrespect us, and maybe they disrespect us in our own household, but you don't turn to violence.
The judge isn't buying the watered down version of events. She's read the police report. She knows there's more to the story than what's being said in court. And then comes the key point. No matter the anger, no matter the disrespect, violence is never the solution. Excuses don't work here. The judge is sending a message not just to the father, but to anyone listening that authority at home does not equal the right to use force.
Now, all of this could have been avoided, and you know what you could have done, because I'm seeing in here that your daughter is an adult. You didn't need to talk to her. You all could have went to bed that night. You could have got up the next morning and just told her, look, I'm not going to put you out on the street because you're my daughter, but you have 60 days to find your own place or 30 days to find your own place. That's how these things are solved around a dinner table when tensions are not high.
And here's the heartbreaking part. The solution could have been so simple. A calm conversation, a timeline, a fair warning just, a normal family discussion. Instead, emotions ran wild. And now the entire situation is under court supervision. What should have been resolved at a dinner table is now written into a criminal record. The lesson is clear. Once anger takes over, you lose control of the outcome.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I completely agree, Your Honor. And maybe I could have taken that route, but like I said, it was just a hostile environment there. And, I should have been the bigger person and taken her, maybe approached it a different way. So that's why I accepted these classes so that I can, get some education out of it.
Are you employed? What do you do?
I do property management. So I'm around a lot of people and
All right. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? Live with you?
my wife,
All right. Do you have any other children?
no other children.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. 2 years deferred adjudication, $1,000 fine probated, restitution to Jolie Rodriguez, if any, 80 hours community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring anyone to take the COVID vaccination, but if you do, and that includes the booster shot, 40 of your hours will be deducted. The hostility and aggression control course, proof of employment within 15 days, no harmful or injurious no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors, regular UAs, or either you can do the patch. The patch, it requires less time constraints because you just put it on, you go about your business, you have a specific time that you have to return it. It's going to be regular Zoom reporting. If for some reason you can't report by Zoom, then you'll need to report in person. No contact with Jolie Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez, what that means is you can't call her, you can't text her, none of that. If something ends up changing in your relationship, which I hope it does, because children should hopefully be able to be with their parents, and parents should hopefully be upstanding with their children. If something changes and maybe she wants to reach out to you and your attorney thinks that's in your best interest, then you can always come back and ask for that to be lifted. But for now, there's to be no contact. So you can't contact her through third parties. You can't contact her through her mother, none of that. You understand? Or we can go off the record, Mr. Rodriguez, there are always better ways other than violence to handle a situation. And when you see that your temper is getting out of control, you need to just walk away. And guess what? That same problem that you had on Wednesday, until you address it, it'll still be there. So this could have been addressed the next day or the day after that around dinner. And you could have easily said, look, I feel as though you're disrespecting me in my home that I paid for. I'm allowing you to live here. I'm giving you a certain amount of time to find your own place. You're here for the compliance hearing. Sometimes I give compliance hearings so I can get people's attention. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So it appears that you're not understanding no contact and what that means. No contact means no contact. How old are you?
43.
All right, you're 43. This is not Romeo and Juliet. You understand? When I say no contact, I mean no contact. And the fact that she's answering your door, that's a problem. So what did you understand about you to have no contact with her?
Judge, there's a summary that kind of lays out a little bit about what happened. And Mr. Rodriguez realizes that he violated, but there's also, and I don't think it's been accepted yet, we filed a motion to amend conditions and the deferred adjudication to allow no harmful or injurious contact. There's an affidavit from the complaining witness in there that also kind of lays out what's happened. I don't know if that's, I didn't see it in the court's office.
No, I consider all that when I placed him on probation and I said no contact. And that's what it means. It means no contact. So here's the thing. You have two choices. One, you can have no contact with, which is what I ordered, which is what our contract says. Or two, you can continue to have contact. A motion to revoke is going to be filed. You will be arrested wherever you are. You will be brought over in an orange uniform to answer to the motion to revoke, or either you will make bond. But when I say no contact, I mean no contact. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you want to end up going to the jail, I think they reduced it to a misdemeanor. I mean, if you want to potentially go to jail for 365 days, that is completely within your power. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're old enough to know you're on, I believe, deferred adjudication for 2 years. And if your relationship can't stand you not having any contact, then maybe it's not a good relationship. I'm not going to have this conversation with you again. Do you understand? Do you understand what no contact means? And so, probation, I'm going to want to knock on his door, and she either needs to be out of that location by 5 p.m. if it's your place, or either you need to be out of that location and find some place to stay. But when I say no contact, it means no contact. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're very lucky that I didn't just tell them file a motion to revoke. All right. Is there anything else?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Can we get a setting for a motion to amend the conditions? Because I think if the court knew some of the background, might kind of understand a little bit. And she's currently not residing at the house, so there is presently no contact. But it's she's in a position where she has nowhere to live. She's basically living on the streets. That's why she went to this house. He initiates contact. He realizes he shouldn't have, but he done it differently. But I think the parties would request an opportunity to hear the rest of the story and potentially change.
And see, that's part of the problem. Part of the problem that we have is sometimes people are with people for financial reasons. Sometimes they're with them for fear. Sometimes they're with them because they love them. Like I already considered all of that. And the reason why I didn't tell probation to go ahead and file a motion to revoke is because she's knocking on your door. So let me ask you this. How old is she?
21.
All right. 21 and you're in your 40s? All right. Why does she not have any family with her?
It's his biological daughter.
All right. So here's the thing. What about her mom?
Mother kicked her out.
All right. And then the question becomes why? You understand? So if you want to financially support her and set her up in a apartment, then you're more than welcome to do that. But she is not allowed to stay with you. And no contact means no contact.
And that brings us to the bigger picture of this courtroom day. What started as routine proceedings quickly revealed two powerful reminders about the justice system. First, the integrity of a jury trial is sacred. Any attempt to influence jurors, even casually, can derail an entire case and lead to serious consequences. Second, the court drew a clear line between family conflict and criminal behavior. Even inside your own home, using force can turn a heated argument into a criminal charge. In the end, the judge balanced accountability with rehabilitation, issuing probation, mandatory courses, and strict no-contact conditions rather than jail time. But the real question now goes to you. Did the court strike the right balance between justice and compassion? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
I mean, that's where we are. I'm sorry, but you were charged with choking her. The state reduced it to an assault bodily injury, reckless. That's a problem. And I will.
The verdict is in no jail time today, but freedom comes with conditions. 2 years of probation, $1,000 fine, mandatory classes, and the hardest part of all, zero contact with his own daughter. Was it fair? Some will say yes. He avoided prison. Others will say no. The punishment drives a deeper wedge into an already broken family. Either way, the message is powerful. If you can't control your emotions, the court will control your life. What started as a family fight ended as a legal sentence.
Tell you what I know about parenting, even though I don't have any children, but I'm an expert on the subject, is that you can't have a child who goes to their mom, and then when mom wants to set down rules, they leave and they go to the other parent, and then you want to set down rules, and then they leave you and go to another parent.